Hey, Motorman here, and yes, I bought a new Harley, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. Yeah, I mean, I realize you could just skip ahead and you'll figure it out, but try to guess. Now, I've been road testing the road glides and street glides, the 2024s and the CVOs, etc. So I decided to buy a bike, a new Harley, and well, if you can guess what it is, I don't think you can guess, but I'm going to show you in just a couple of minutes. So keep watching. So okay, hopefully you're playing along and not fast forwarding or skipping forward. But let me explain to you what. Well, if you've watched my videos past few weeks, you saw me do a review of the CVO. It was I think Copperhead was the first one I rode. That was the standard CVO. Then I did a video the Road Glide ST, both bikes I dearly loved. They're very expensive. I also did a review on the new standard Road Glide and standard Street Glide, and I said, you know, the CVOs are probably the best touring motorcycle money can buy, and the second best touring motorcycle. And we're talking about heavyweight touring bikes. That would have to be the CVO ST. That was my favorite of all of them. But again, you know, 43,000 bucks is a lot of money. And I said, you know, I showed you what would happen if I even discussed it with my wife. But I also practice what I preach, and I've said in a past video, I guess about a month ago, about Harley Davidson dealers having a problem with the 2024 models. The problem being they got a lot of 2023s left over, and that's because due to COVID, they weren't able to ship bikes, and then all of a sudden, almost towards the end of the year, they started shipping bikes like crazy. Dealers were then filled with the 2024 models and still had plenty of 2023s left over. So I said it was a buyer's market, and it definitely is, especially for somebody looking for a 2023. Well, I wasn't necessarily looking for one, but when I found out from a friend at a dealership that they were offering great deals, not just on the 2023 touring motorcycle models, but on all the 2023s, they wanted to move them out. And that doesn't happen very often with Harley Davidson, that they discount or give you what most people would consider a good buy. But that was the situation. Now I had, well, before I go any further, let me show you the bike. This is it. This is a 2023 Lowrider S, not the ST, the Lowrider S. And I've had one of these before. I had a 2021, it's crimson in color. And I think I showed how I painted the fairing. Fairing comes in black, and I painted the crimson. It came out really well. Anyway, I wound up shortly after, I don't know, I think maybe I had it 6 months, but shortly after I got it, they came out with the Street Glide ST and the Road Glide ST, and I rode those bikes at the Harley intro, and I really, really liked it. I had the 117 motor, just a great motorcycle, and I decided I would trade my Lowrider S for the Street Glide ST. That's what I did, and the good thing is, I just hit it at the right point. I actually got just about all my money back on trade when I got my Street Glide ST. But ever since then, and I knew I was going to regret giving up the Lowrider, and I did. I kept thinking, man, I should have just kept that, bought the other bike. And then they came out with the 23 models, and the two colors they offered were the black, like the two models they offered were black and this sandstone white. And I really like this white color. So I've been drooling, and when I found out that I could get actually a good deal on a 2023 leftover Lowrider S, which is the same bike as the 2024 models. So I decided, what bike would I trade in? Because I wasn't just going to buy another bike. I already got 6 bikes as it is. So I decided I would trade the Fat Boy Low that I bought just a few months ago. Mainly, I love the looks of that bike, but as far as handling, a very limited lean angle on that bike, and not near as much power. Now I could have probably invested a couple of $1,000 in a Woods cam kit and had just as much power as an M8, but putting $2,000 into a 7-year-old motorcycle wasn't prudent. Not that trading and selling bikes as often as I do is prudent at all, but I decided this was the time. It's a buyer's market. Got almost what I paid for that Fat Boy, which only had 1,000 miles on it, on trade. So I went and did it. What did my wife think of it? Well, she was thrilled. Thrilled maybe because I didn't spend $43,000 on a Road Glide ST. But as much as I like the new touring motorcycles, there's nothing wrong with any of the touring bikes I have now, and I've got 3 touring bikes. I've got the Revival, the Icon Revival. I have the Police E-Glide and the Street Glide ST. And if you want to count my bike that I rent out, that 2007 Police bike. So actually you got 4 touring bikes. I didn't need another touring motorcycle. I wanted a good around town bike, and preferably one that I could take to the track. Now the Fat Boy at the track, forget about it. It had 24-degree lean angle. Yeah, not nearly enough. And as I said, the power was lacking on that 103 as compared to the 117 or even the 114. So that's why I wound up with this bike. And the first thing I did, of course, is I put a set of Tab Performance mufflers on it, because this bike is really way too quiet stock. And as you can hear, they sound great. So that's what I did. I traded in the Fat Boy and wound up with the Lowrider S in the color that I wanted at a price I was willing to pay. Very good deal at Wesley Chapel Harley Davidson. So hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, click the notification bell, and I'll keep you apprised of any accessories or anything I add to this motorcycle. Like I said, the first thing is going to be that fairing that I kept from the other bike. I'm going to be painting that to match. Till next time, thanks for watching.